God bless you, global Christian friends. Luke 7, 32. You're piped unto you, you're not danced. Not even prophesied. How can you? You can't dance, you cannot prophesy if you don't have the counsel of God. We have mourned to you, you've not wept. Verse 33. Luke 7, verse 33. But John the Baptist came neither eating bread nor drinking wine. Notice that? Didn't eat bread, didn't drink wine. Didn't eat bread, didn't drink wine. Locusts and wild honey. Yet he never went a day hungry. And those of you out there, you're familiar with the wilderness of Judea. How is it that honey was supplied to John out there in that wilderness all the time he was there? Now, don't forget now, Isaiah walked in the wilderness 3 years naked. But John walked in the wilderness and he had a camel hair girdle like Elijah had. But eating locusts and wild honey. And never went hungry a day while he was there. God had never been stung by a bee. Think about that. Never, I want to say one thing. In some circles, it's forbidden to eat honey. Some circles. Why? Because they said it's from the regurgitation of bees. So, in some circles, honey eating is forbidden. In spite that God said, I'm going to give you a land flowing with milk and honey. Think about that. I'll leave it that alone. 7:33. John Baptist came, neither eating bread nor drinking wine. And you say, he has an adversary. You don't have your diet. And because you don't have the counsel of God, you're in error. But you're rejecting it to your own demise. 34. Son of Man has come, eating and drinking. What do they say? They say, behold, a gluttonous man and a wine bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. Verse 35. This don't make this right, what's about to be said. But wisdom is justified of all her children. Now, I don't mean no harm. Wisdom can be justified of all her children as much as she wants to. But if that wisdom is not the wisdom of God, which is from above, your justification is terminal justification, because it is temporal, though it is of wisdom. Nature is temporal, because, as Jesus said on one occasion, drink this water, ye shall thirst again. But whoso drink of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. Think about that. The wisdom, nature has much wisdom. And you can look at the great wisdom of nature by looking at the underlying forces that occur within the earth. The underlying force lines of the earth. Beneath the planet Earth and beneath the oceans of the world and strewn throughout the upper head, overhead, how they are able to be seen, how they are able to be known and understood. Those force lines across the heavens. Some are quake lines, some are magnetic force lines, gravitational lines, lines that are created by waves of radiation, all kinds of lines. But you need to understand, wisdom is justified of all our children. Now, chapter 7, verse 36. One of the Pharisees desired him that he would eat with him, and he went unto the Pharisee's house and sat down to meat. Here we go. And behold, now Jesus is about to show one of those principles that he practices and teaches. Verse 37, and behold, a woman in the city which was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment. All right? And stood at his feet behind him, weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears and to wipe them with the hair of her head, and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment, spikenard is called. Now when the Pharisee which had bidden him saw it, he spoke within himself, saying, this man, if he were a prophet, a Nabi, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, for she is a sinner. Now, the bad part about that is, you're able to identify others as being sinners, but you're not able to justify the word of God yourself. Think about that. You're able to accuse others, point your finger, but you're not able to say, look, remove the beam to cast out the mote. All right? But here he is. Don't believe nothing. This man, if he were a prophet. Sound right, don't it? If he were a Nabi, a prophet. We're going to continue. God bless you out there, global Christian friends and children. We will continue this in our next God Bless You America.